It's my feel-good breakfast show.
It is your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and right now we're giving you a full dose of that Feel Good because we're joined by the incredibly talented South African-born, Australian-raised singer-songwriter. His name is David Lazarus. Now, with his latest single called I Struck Gold With You, David brings us a heartfelt reflection on the profound impact of genuine connections, and we need more of that in this day and age. And as someone who's steadily built an audience with authentic and really soulful music, David is now reconnecting with his roots in South Africa. Welcome back. Zanzi has missed you. What is this? Don't stay away for too long again, David, okay?
Thanks so much. Thanks so much for having me, Carissa.
Of course, of course. You've mentioned that in your early years, you know, South Africa really had a big impact on who you are today, on the kind of boy child that grew into the man that you are. Can you tell me a bit more about that?
Yeah, so I spent the first 10 years of my life.
Yeah.
I grew up in Pretoria, and yeah, I have such strong roots here in South Africa, and I feel like definitely formed who I became as a person. I have very fond memories of growing up here, and yeah, just so nice to be back and be sharing the music over here for sure. Of
course. Do you have any like very specific core memories that you can recall in South Africa? I know 10 years old, it's a bit of a while ago, but do you have any?
Yeah, absolutely. I have some great memories of like just growing up, childhood home, and I come from a big family, so I have 5 sisters.
Sure.
So 6 kids, and I just remember there was always music playing in the house, and that's I think on reflection, just having music playing in the house all the time, and also going on road trips with my family, and with my dad, we used to go on a lot of road trips, and he introduced me to all his, you know, all around South Africa. He used to sort of take me around, and he introduced me to all his music, you know, Simon and Garfunkel and Fleetwood Mac and the Police, and I think, you know, looking back, that was kind of what started my love for music.
Sure.
And also, you know, being able to go explore South Africa, there's a lot of core memories over there for sure.
Can I just say your dad's got taste, because wow, that is incredible. I love me some Simon and Garfunkel. Which leads us to your musical journey. I mean, your latest single is absolutely incredible, so heartfelt as well. And I think it really does speak to connection, which in this day and age, like I mentioned earlier, we're missing almost, right? When it comes to human beings and touch pointing with one another. So tell me a bit more about the inspiration behind it. I heard something about Southeast Asia.
Yeah.
Tell me
more.
So
I did a bit of traveling around Southeast Asia, some solo traveling last year. And along my travels, I met someone who I connected really well with, and we decided to do a bit of traveling together. Sure. And it was such a lovely time, but you know, as all good things do, we had to, you know, we had to part ways at some point. And it was a few days after she had left. I was sort of sitting down, and there was a specific sunset spot we used to go to a few times. And I was sort of just sitting out, and from being together, and now I was just by myself, and I was kind of sitting there feeling a bit sad. But just sort of looking out and reflecting on the time and realizing the impact that she had sort of made on me. And so I wrote a letter to her, and I started writing about exactly how I was feeling in that moment, and just realized that, you know, sometimes you come across people who are just an absolute gem. So this song is kind of celebrating exactly that. Those people in your life who come into your life and they make a huge impact, and that's what it's a really feel-good song about that.
Absolutely. I always wonder with something like this, is it almost a way to signal that maybe there can be a part 2? Look, I've written a song about you. Or is it a cathartic moment of letting go?
It's funny, this song was a bit of both. At the time, I didn't know what was going to be in the future, but all I knew is that in that moment, exactly how I was feeling, and I wanted to express that. And yeah, so it's like a bittersweet feeling, exactly that.
Oh, that's beautiful, man. I know that you've performed with incredible South African artists. I mean, Matthew Mole, definitely one of my favorite guys. Also, Josh Radin. And I wonder, you know, if you had a highlighted performance, what really stands out for you? I know they've probably been a lot, but is there anything that you go, that's the one?
I'd probably say, so only a couple months ago, I had the absolute honor of supporting Matthew Mole.
Sure.
And it was in a very random place. It was in Sri Lanka, where I was doing, we were both doing some touring, and ended up, I was invited to support him, which was an absolutely, it was an amazing experience. And honestly, that was such a moment for me, just watching him do his thing, and the way he just interacted with the crowd, and I was
Yeah.
very, very inspired. So I'd say the most recent one was definitely supporting Matthew for sure.
Sri Lanka is crazy. I don't know. I was not expecting you to say that. Are there any surprising moments that you had in Sri Lanka? I mean, I've never been.
It's the most underrated. I think, like, at the moment, it's a place the time to go is right now.
Okay.
Because I feel like in the next few years, people are going to discover how amazing it is.
Right. It's still a hidden gem to
I'd
many
say so.
people
I'd
right
say
now.
so. Absolutely. And it's just, there's so many great moments.
Yeah.
But it's got everything. You've got, like,
Good food.
great food. You
Yeah.
got great surf. You got just waterfalls. You got hikes. You got absolutely everything. I feel like I'm getting paid by Sri Lanka
Yeah.
tourism.
Get them his money. I love that. It's definitely now going to be put on my bucket list. Sri Lanka, we're coming your way. But tell me a little bit more about the EP and the South African tour on the horizon in light of us seeing you perform today.
Yes, I'm busy working on an EP at the moment, and do have plans to come and do some touring in South Africa later in the year, maybe in the summer. So everything, I can't really be saying too much at the moment, but that's the game plan.
Sheesh, David. Okay, holding his cards to his chest. We'll leave it at that. One thing we will get to experience, though, Expresso fam, we have an absolute treat awaiting you. David's going to be performing a couple of songs for us, hopefully including that song that we struck gold with you. So we'll see you in just a bit. For now, though, we'll make him something sweet in the kitchen. Graham, what do you have for us?